Manchester United 0, Arsenal 1, match reaction. My God, what was that game? That was a hard watch. I did a watch along for the Chelsea game as well. That was terrible as well. Did 3 watch alongs this week and saw 1 goal. But on the game, Arsenal win from a Calafiori winner. And I wouldn't even say, oh yes, what a goal by Calafiori. It was what a mistake by Bayindir. Terrible mistake from him. And I think you can actually genuinely make a case that Man United probably deserved to have gotten something from this game. They probably deserved to have not even lost. They actually played all right. I thought Casemiro was good. I thought Mount was okay. Cunha tried stuff at times in Wemo. A lot of the attacks were just feeding the ball to the likes of Cunha and Wemo. And they just couldn't finish the dinner, man. They just couldn't finish the dinner. And Buemo had like 2-3 big chances where he should have put at least one away. If that was last season, he buries one of them. I thought De Ligt was a monster at the back defensively. But my man of the match probably goes to David Raya. He made some really big, crucial saves. Especially in that first and second half. You probably give man of the match to him. The overall stats, it was very much in favour of Manchester United. More possession, more shots on target. I don't know how they missed any big chances because there was a couple where they probably should have scored. And yeah, Man United did heavily dominate the statistics for me. A couple of players were terrible though. We'll speak about Arsenal first. A couple of players were terrible for them. Raya again was really good. Gabriel was probably the best defender out of the bunch. Ben White, this guy thinks he's a proper bad man, but he's actually just a prat. Saliba was shaky in that game. Their defense was shaky at times when they was trying to defend and when they was getting on the counter attack and stuff. Like Arsenal at times, genuinely, the confidence just a bit lackluster in defense. The midfield, I thought Odegaard was definitely the bench out, the best out of the bunch. I thought Zubimendi was poor defensively, lost the ball a few times, just not accurate. Declan Rice, just bang average. In the attack, all 3 of them were terrible for Arsenal. Martinelli genuinely did nothing barring a pretend bicycle kick, didn't even land the ball. Gyökeres literally was bang average. But again, when he did have the service, he was average with it, losing the ball, just misplaced passing a lot of the times. Gyökeres was not impressive in this game, and I think a 6.0 was very generous, to be honest. That's why he came off at 60 minutes. Genuinely bang average. Saka, you know what you're going to get with Saka. He's either going to be terrible or great. But I'm going to mention something about Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka hasn't been great since his injury. He's been playing off adrenaline ever since that grade 3 hamstring he picked up back in December last year or whatever it was. When he came back after those 4 or 5 months, he was playing off adrenaline for like 3 or 4 games, and he was just average for the rest of the season. And he was average tonight against Manchester United. Man United was actually the better team, chat. I'm going to be honest. For any fantasy owners, and Calafiori was then really recognizable one way. Like, good points. Raya, Gabriel got your points. But yeah, I actually feel sorry for Man. Not feel sorry for them because it's always lovely to see Man United lose. But to be honest, Man United was actually the better team, chat. They created chances. Their midfield was actually ticking at times. I thought defensively they was good, i.e. the likes of De Ligt. I thought Dorgu is either terrible or great. There's no in between. Man United's best players today, I genuinely would say De Ligt, in Wemu because he was actually trying a little bit. Casemiro did all right, dictating, defensively sound. Bayindir, though, with a shocking mistake. A shocking mistake from him. And obviously the players that did end up coming on, Ahmad tried a little bit, and Garte just wasted. Sesko did nothing. Harry Maguire was playing like a right winger at times in the game. Arsenal subs, again, none of them really did anything, to be honest with you. Anything of note. I feel sorry for Ethan Nwaneri not being brought on. The guy signs the contract and you don't bring him on. Don't know why. Probably Joshua Zirkzee maybe could have come on. Kobe Mainu could have maybe made a difference if he had came on. But obviously, you know, they're still missing a couple of injuries, mainly like Martinez and Mazraoui. But all in all, it wasn't a great advocate for the Premier League. It's been a terrible weekend. Even my team, Liverpool, that game wasn't brilliant. But out of all the games, I'll probably say the best game, probably the Man City game, to be honest. Chelsea were poor. Tottenham slapped Burnley, but it's Burnley. And the Newcastle Aston Villa game was terrible as well. But all in all, Arsenal do win by 1-0. Defensively, just and at up front again, just toothless. And I said this many times about Victor Gyökeres. Arsenal need to play to Gyökeres' strengths. Doesn't matter if he can bag you bundles of goals. If you guys don't play to his strengths and feeding the ball into the box, he's not going to succeed. And you're going to see the same patterns of rinse and repeat of last season. It's as simple as that. But Arsenal do move on, and they get the goal by 1-0. Their next Manchester United's next couple of games for them are as follows. They've got Fulham, then Grimsby in the EFL Cup, Burnley, and then City. So they've got some okay games they could potentially do well in. By the way, they're still in 15th, you know. Continued where they left off. And as for Arsenal, they've got Leeds coming up next Saturday. It'll be interesting to see how they do then. Obviously, they come to us at Anfield, Forest, Man City, and Newcastle. Dangerous set of fixtures after that Leeds game for Arsenal, and they're playing like that. Yeah, it ain't looking good, bruv. But yeah, Arsenal win by 1-0. Make sure you smash on that like button and make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Take care.